What's up, Trub? How you, Trub? What's up, Tribe? How you guys doing? Excuse me. This is Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, season 8, episode 6. Um, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hope you like this video. All my social media is in the description box. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So we start this episode off. We see Karen King with Monice in the kitchen making us some tacos, waiting for Scrap to get over, and Karen is peeping that Monice might be a little bit deeper into Scrap than Scrap is into her. And I understand that her and Monice are cool, but you still talking about her son, talking about some she digmatized and stuff. I'm like, people just don't know what to say anymore. Like, that's what you say to somebody, mama, I'm digmatized. Anyway, Scrap shows up with his sister, and sister lets lets it slip about what happened with Scrap baby mama when she, accosted. No, that's not that. Accosted ain't the word. Assaulted Scrap, and she was like, first of all, she disrespected my house, this whole party situation, I ain't even tripping off the party at this point. She disrespected my house. Then she put her hands on Scrap, and of course, Scrap was like, why are you telling all my business? Because not only is his mama hearing it, but Monice is hearing it too. And his mother was like, excuse me? What went down now? Say that again. And she, asked him to leave the room so her and Scrap could talk. And she said, Scrap, I really need you to take this seriously. Like, you know that you are one right turn away from ending up back in jail. Like, this isn't cool. I get it that you didn't hit her back, but what if you had scratched her by accident while you were trying to get away from her? Anything could have happened, and you put yourself in these bad situations. Like, you got to stop playing these games, and really playing with these women, really playing with their emotions or whatever. So that was that conversation. Then we see the ladies got together. It was Rashida, Mimi, Sierra, and Pooh. And they got together, and of course they were talking about the whole situation with Spice and her doing her colorism situation. We found out that the picture that she did was just a Photoshop. However, she is still talking about doing, she is still considering bleaching her skin, And they talk about that for a little bit. And then they get to talking about Carly and Pooh's situation. And, Pooh was like, I don't know why Carly acting brand new. She trying to act like I was the one that went to the blogs. I didn't go to the blogs. Me and my husband, we are discreet. We don't tell our business like that. But, she went there, and as far as letting other people know, excuse me, y'all, I didn't say nothing about, when she was, sucking all on my husband, and she went on to let the ladies know that they had slept together and everything. And Mimi had a good point. Mimi was like, look, I know that Pooh leads a very free lifestyle. And, do I think that maybe something could have went down with Cardi and Pooh back in the day? Because we've been together, we've been friends for a long time. She said maybe. She was like, but the friend that I know, the Carly I know, be like, yeah, it happened, and what? And I agree with her. Like, I feel like Carly would be like, okay, it happened. But I don't know. Don't nobody know what happened but the three of them, honey. Anyway, so then she said, well, maybe I should crash the party. And all of them were like, no, you shouldn't. And they were like, look, we know Carly can be extra, and we know Carly can be a lot. But at the end of the day, she's a good person. This is her night. Don't do that to her. Like, y'all handle y'all business somewhere else outside of that, but don't ruin her night. And Pooh was like, okay, you right, I won't do it. Big ups to her friends for checking it and be like, no, don't do that. That's not cool. That's not funny. Don't do it. So then we see Cardi with her man. They're at the fertility doctor's office talking about basically next steps. They decided to move forward with the IVF, and that they're not going to wait till after they get married, but they are going to freeze the fertilized embryo until after the wedding, because Cardi said she don't want to be pregnant before the wedding. And then in the conversation we find out that, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh, I guess I'm sleepy. In the conversation we find out that there are some that she's having some problems. The doctor keeps saying because of her age, there's some problems or what have you. So it's not easy. We've talked about it. We've seen it in other shows with other women. People think that getting pregnant is really an easy thing, and it just isn't. And for a lot of women, it is a struggle. Because of modern technology, there are a lot of ways they can handle it. Like she's even picking the sex of her baby, which I didn't even know they could do that. I didn't know we were at that point in science where you could pick the sex of the baby, but that's what they doing. They want a boy and they picking the sex of the boy. So hey, hey, you know. So and then Cardi had a little side conversation with the doctor, let him know that things ain't really going the way they supposed to be going, so they're gonna run some tests and kind of see where things are. So then we see Cardi and Arkansas Mo, that's his name, Arkansas Mo. Why do I keep yawning? Oh goodness, I'm sorry y'all. Arkansas Mo, they at the club going over the venue, and the DJ is Shay Mack. And so of course in Shay Mack's mind, her and Cardi were really good friends at one time and hung out and did all kinds of things together. Cardi was like, wait, I know you, don't I? You know, Cardi hit her with the, I think I might know you. Maybe I remember you. Not so sure. And Shay Mack was like, why she tripping? Why she act like we don't know each other? We hung together tight for a minute. We was really good friends. And all of a sudden she acting like she don't know me. And so then she was saying how she's doing DJing and she doing her own music and how she, gonna use this opportunity to spend her music. And Cardi was like, no, you're not. She said, because this is my party and you're gonna play what I want you to play and you're not gonna play your music. And she was like, Shay Mack gonna say, oh, so you only want you want to be the only female rapper to be played. I don't think that's what Cardi was saying, but I think Cardi was saying you won't be a female rapper being played. Like, no. So I was like, oh Lord, that's about to be some shit with that. Some shiggity with that. So then Mama Karen King, honey, then rolled up on what's that child's name? Y'all know, Scrap Baby Mama was Tiara. She done rolled up on Tiara and let Tiara know, look, what you're not going to do is play games with Scrap and his freedom. You know, you're going to stop playing. You're going to stop playing games with him. And if you ain't going, if you don't do it, then I'm going to make sure you do it. And of course, she was like, what you going to do, Karen? What you going to do? Honey, Karen gave her this smile that said, I don't really, see, my thing is I don't really want to fuck with Karen. Y'all know Karen crazy. You know Karen done been in jail. Y'all know she don't have no cut cards. She tried to kill her own husband. So her and Tiara going back and forth, and she basically saying, you let me and Scrap handle our business. This between me and Scrap. This don't have nothing to do with you. You stay out of it. This is between us. This is between us. And Karen was like, oh nah, you might have started it, but I'm gonna finish it. You leave my son alone. Or what? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I said, okay. You keep messing with Karen King if you want to. You can keep it up. And Karen kind of gave her that look like, I can show you better than I can tell you. I said, oh Lord, Lord, Lord. All right, so then we see a scene with Spice, Shekinah Joe, and Tokyo Vanity, where she's explaining to them how things went down with the Insta story and how she showed them the video that she had for the song. And, they're kind of on board. They were like, at first we kind of thought it was kind of crazy, but now we sort of see the point you're trying to make. We got your back. We supporting what you're doing. And they ask her, well, are you going to still go through with the actual bleaching of your skin? Are you going to leave it at just the Photoshop? And she said no. She said, I think I might do it because I still think that in order for me to prove my point and prove the hypocrisy of what's going on, I really need to actually bleach my skin. And they were like, no, you don't. They were like, look, we get what you're trying to do. We get the point that you are trying to make, but you do not need to actually bleach your skin in order to make your point. They were like, you are a beautiful woman. And they were like, she was like, I know. I said, I know, that's right. You better let her know you know you beautiful. She was like, but in order for me to get my point across, I absolutely have to, I feel like I have to do this. And Shekinah Joe was saying how when she was a kid, she got made fun of because of her hair. And she was saying, that gave her a complex about hair and her wanting to marry an Indian man so that her child would have long, beautiful hair. And then Tokyo was saying how, she was a pretty brown-skinned girl, but she always felt like the light-skinned girls in her class were favored. And I mean, I can't judge anybody's experience. I don't know whether that's their experience or not. However, I don't think I think Spice made her point. We remember when all this went down. We heard the song. We saw the video. I think the point is valid, but I don't think you necessarily need to go full forward with the bleaching. But like she told Rashida, skin bleaching in Jamaica is a thing. Like it's not that big of a thing in Jamaica. And I know in some African, I said this before, in some African countries they do skin bleaching as well. I mean, even here in the States, some people have bleached their skin. Some black actresses have bleached their skin. Look at some before and after pictures. I ain't gonna call no names, but Google is there. So then we see Monice meet up with Akbar. Now, couple of things going on in this scene. First thing, Akbar is having some issues with her son, with him adjusting to living with her full time. That is to be expected. He is a teenage child whom, I don't know if you've never had custody of him, but if you did, he was a child. He's a teenager now. He's a young man. He already gone, he's has his ways about him. He got some things he's going to do. And I don't know if he changed schools or not. You moved to Buckhead. Buckhead ain't in the city. So I'm sure that he had to change schools. That's a lot of adjustment. And she said, I didn't catch what she said he stole, but she said he stole something from her and was selling it at school. At first I thought she said her bong, but a bong would only be a one-time thing. She made it seem like he was this ongoing criminal enterprise. So she said that's been really a issue. And Monice was saying how, I came out here to make this EP with you, and I need you to take it seriously. I need you to be in the studio. I need you to be doing the things we need you to do. And so that's why she was explaining she's been having issues with her son. And she was like, look, I got bullet fragments in my brain. I can't always get out the bed. Sometimes I just can't make it. I mean, health issues are health issues. What can I say? The wig look a lot better. And then she went on to tell Monice about Scrap meeting up with Tommy. We all saw the pictures, came out on the blog with them kissing and hugging all up on each other and everything. And of course, Monice was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. We were talking about communication, and here we are, excuse me, right back where we started. Why is he, I know we're not in a relationship, but why are we not communicating? Why is he, he could have told me he met up with her, and I asked him specifically if he was in touch with his ex, and, he told me no. So Monice was like, I'm going to go back to California, but when I come back, me and you going to finish this EP. Excuse me. And I'm going to have to figure out this whole situation with Scrap. And I'm just like, ain't nothing to figure out. What is there to figure out? So anyway, Shay Mack goes out to meet up with Pooh. And that ain't nothing but Messy meeting up with Messy. Shay Mack and her feelings because Carly didn't remember her from their days of being friends. And of course, Pooh already in her feelings because she didn't get invited to the engagement party. And she feel like Cardi went to the blogs on her. So the two of them are just talking about, and they commiserating about Cardi this and Cardi that. And Cardi sometimey and Cardi wish-washy. And she just used people, Shay Mack was like, I was at the height of my career then. What career? And Cardi just used me. Used you out. And so Pooh was like, well, I got something I want you to take with you to the party. And Shay saw it and was like, I don't know about this. This is a bit much. Like, I don't know. She was like, you got to teach Cardi a lesson. Cardi need to be taught a lesson. You need to go ahead and you need to read that at the party. You need to read that at the party. And Shay Mack dumbass gonna say, okay. Anyway. So, then, and whatever it was some sort of document. She said, you even got this notarized. So, I don't know what it was. Because at first I thought it was going to be a picture. I don't know what it was. But, honey, it was some sort of document. So, we'll get to the party in a minute and we'll figure it out. So, Jock and his woman. Let me tell you something. Kendra told Jock she want to go to this daggone party. She don't understand what the problem is. She don't understand why they can't go. Sorry, y'all, my allergies. So Jock was like, I don't see the issue. Like, why we got to go to the party? Like, I just don't think this is the time for us to make our debut known. And she was like, why? You got something to hide? So Jock comes clean and admits that there was some overlap between when he started messing with Kendra and last year with him and Cardi. And, he was like, she said, well, why would you wait to tell me this now? That could have come back at any time and slapped me in my face. Why wouldn't you be honest and tell me what it was? And I'm like, he telling you now for you go to that damn party and get your feelings hurt. But they got to talking or whatever, and she basically flipped it on him and was like, well, then, I mean, if ain't nothing going on, then why we can't go? Like, if everything is everything, what's the issue? And, of course, Jock finally was like, you know what, fine. If you want to go to this party, we're going to go to the party, because clearly I'm not going to win no arguments with you. He still don't think it's a good idea, but he was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So, I think that's everything before we get to the party. No, we got one more little situation went down. So Scrap going over his mama house, and his mama is ready to fuss with him about the whole Tommy thing. She was like, what is wrong with you? Why do you keep putting yourself in this situation? Why do you keep jeopardizing your freedom? You know good and well that, she said, the reason why I can't pick you up from jail is because I'm a felon. Tommy, not only is Tommy a felon, but Tommy got these new charges she just been indicted on, and you got pictures of you all in the blogs, kissing all over her and everything. What is wrong with you? Your ass is, one false move, you're going to end up in jail. So, and then she starts talking to him about the situation with Monice. And she was like, you better stop playing these games with these women. Monice is really feeling you. And he was like, I ain't leading Monice on. She know what it is. Like, it is what it is. So at that moment, his brothers show up, and he was like, whoo, saved by the bell. He was like, I ain't really trying to have this conversation with my mom about my relationships. And I really want to share this information with my family about what's going on with me. So he was going to tell them, he's like, well, the situation with me at the halfway house. And they were like, yeah. He was like, well, I ain't going back. And they were like, are you serious? That's some dumb shit. What is wrong with you? And his mother was like, that's just dumb. You got 2 kids that you need to be worried about. You got to do what you got to do. He was like, all right, yeah, you right. But that's why I'm a free man. So Scrap is free. No more halfway house. He 100% out. But he's still on parole, which means he still got to cross his T's and dot his I's. He still can't be out here wilding out. But he get to come home. He doesn't have to stay at the halfway house anymore. And of course, Karen was happy, but she was mad that she wasn't the first to know, honey. Her little feelings was hurt that she wasn't the first one to be involved in that. So we're at the engagement party. Everything looks nice. The ladies go over to meet with Karen for the first. Arkansas Mo. They meet up with him for the first time, and they get to talking to him and asking some questions and everything, and it was all good. They laughed, they joked, and everything seemed cool. And they seemed like they like him and everything. And then they have a conversation. Spice shows up to the party because first she wasn't saying, she didn't know she was gonna go because she said she didn't feel like answering a bunch of questions. And Tokyo was like, you ain't got to. Tell people that ain't what you there for. You there for Cardi and keep it moving. I said, I know that's right, Tokyo. Some shit ain't that complicated. Just say no comment and keep it moving. So, and they talk a little bit, and of course they talk about the skin bleaching for a little bit, and then Tokyo tells them to change the subject, that ain't what they there for. So the party seemed really nice. Jock and his girlfriend show up. And they go over and they speak to Cardi and her fiance, and they basically say, look, ain't nothing here. We cool now. We like family. Look, both Jock's girlfriend and Cardi's fiance was like, now I don't know about that now. You might be going too far talking about something. We like family now. But the point was valid to say, look, there's nothing going on between us now. We all good. I'm happy you with who you with. You happy I'm with who I'm with. And it is what it is. So, that was pretty much that. And they went on about their business. So, Shay Mack is up there. Cardi gets up and gives a speech and thanks everybody for coming and then thanks him. I just thank you for accepting me. Everything was cool. And then Shay Mack starts reading this statement. Talking about from a friend of ours who couldn't be here. And she wanted me to tell y'all this. Now, I didn't understand half of what she was reading. But what I did hear was that I guess she was supposedly telling Cardi's real age. She said she was 45. And then she started talking about her sexual partners, who she had been with or whatever. And I was just like... And, of course, at that point, they, cut the mic and they threw her out. And Cardi threw the mic at her and, caused a scene or whatever. But I was just like... Again, I kind of missed part of what was being said. So I don't even know all of what was said that was supposed to be so embarrassing to Cardi. Like, this was such a smoking gun. What, you told her age and that she had a lot of sexual partners? Who the fuck didn't know that? I mean, I ain't know how old Cardi was, but who ain't know she had a bunch of sexual partners? We saw that on the show. Like, so anyway, whatever it was, it caused a scene and Shay Mack got thrown out. So that's pretty much how it went down, y'all. That's pretty much what the episode ended. This was a pretty decent episode. A lot went down. We got a lot of information going on, and we'll see what goes down next week, the aftermath of this party, honey. Maybe they'll give us a little more detail of what was said, because like I said, I think I missed what was supposed to be the smoking gun, or maybe it just wasn't a big deal to me. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.